Welcome back to Music Monday. I'm your host, Adam Duke, and today I'm at the Riviera Theater talking to Tedesco Knows Best.
Hello, I am Thomas Tedesco, the lead vocalist and guitarist of Tedesco Knows Best.
I am Connor. I am the bassist and lead guitarist of Tedesco Knows Best.
Connor and I have been friends for a very, very long time, going back to elementary school at Catholic Academy of Niagara Falls. And we always had a mutual interest in music. And just kind of from there, that was kind of our first bond. And then from there, we just started jamming together. And we liked a lot of the same bands. And it just kind of grew organically from there.
Our first performance together, I can't remember, was it at Sal Magley or was it at our high school during that open mic night?
I think Sal Magley was before.
I think it was at Sal Magley because I remember getting that weird haircut that I got. So, yeah, our first performance was there. We were given, like 10 minutes, which was like 10-15 minutes, which was like 3 songs. Yeah. I was completely nervous through that whole thing. I think Tom was as well. But after that, then we started doing open mics at school, and then we started later down the line starting to write music, and then we got a lot more shows, and yeah, and it's where we are right now today.
Connor and I were doing a show. This was, I believe, 2019. And we were doing a show together. It was just him and I. It was when we were still just primarily a duo at the time. When the guy that we were playing with, the other band we were playing with, asked, he's like, okay, like, how should we advertise this? What are you guys called? And I was sitting at the dinner table one night and with my family, and my sister, Taylor, she suggested, she's like, hey, why don't you like play on like that phrase, call it Tedesco Knows Best, right? Like Mother Knows Best or something like that. But just swapping that out with my name, Thomas Tedesco, and of course, Connor Best. It was just a kind of natural, funny thing.
It's like a play on words in a sense.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So, we just decided to roll with that, and that's kind of how that started, and we've been using that ever since, even though we've incorporated additional members into the band now. For the band anyway, and for myself too, I mean, I love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bryan Adams, America is a band that Connor and I bonded on pretty much like right from the get-go. And we also have our own personal influences. Those are like the bands that, we try to emulate and sound like a lot of times. They're kind of just like that universal kind of rock music with a wide appeal. But then personally for myself, I also love like the classic rock bands of the 70s and the 80s, like Foreigner's my favorite band of all time, Journey, and bands like that. I know Connor has some other influences as well.
Personally, mine has always been hard rock, heavy metal, and progressive music. So my favorite all-time bands were Rush and Genesis. Then I started moving towards heavy metal, so I got introduced by my grandfather, actually, to Black Sabbath's Paranoid, and then he just dropped that needle on there, and it was an explosion of a lot of sounds correlating together. Later down the line, I started, branching out, so like folk music. I want to say like a lot of pop rock, like modern-wise as well. Very, very diverse, as Tom will tell you. Like, I listen to a lot of music, a lot of different genres as well.
Yeah, this was a fantastic place to play. Obviously, just the pure historic value. The sound here is really good. The atmosphere of it's really good. Also, we did a show last year of our own at the Cave in Buffalo, and that was a really, really cool place. And that's a place actually we're going to be returning to next month. We'll be announcing that very soon. And then also we played at the Evening Star here in the Falls, which is really, really cool. We did the Rock the Barn Festival last year, the 16th annual Rock the Barn, which was that was a blast. Great stage, great crowd. If there's any other places, I mean, all the places we pretty much play around here are pretty cool. So apologies if we left anybody out. But
it would be fun to play at Rapids, though.
Definitely, yeah. We haven't done that yet, but that would be a cool place for sure.
Absolutely.
It was about a year ago at this time. They came here last October. With the whole pandemic and everything, the show got rescheduled and postponed a couple different times. The original bill with the two was supposed to be Greg Kihn, from the Greg Kihn band, Jeopardy, Breakup Song, etc. And something happened. I think Greg Kihn got sick, and we got a call from the Riv. My father, our manager, got a call from the Riv, from Dave here, and he, had heard our music. He had a copy of our All Around Us EP, the CD, and he asked my father if we wanted to do it. So then my father called me. I called Connor, and then I called Colin, our keyboard player. He was playing percussion that night and singing backing vocals with us at the actual show, because it was an acoustic set we did opening for the Tubes. And I'm like to the guys, I'm like, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, like we're gonna be, got the offer to open up for the Tubes, and it was just, something really crazy. So I mean, it was just something really, really cool that the people at the Riviera here decided to take a chance on us. Very cool evening.
Being backstage was kind of awesome
Oh,
here.
definitely.
But the funny part was when you called us up and then we're all on that conference call, all I remember was Colin just saying, "Who are the Tubes?" That was the funniest thing I have ever heard him say. And then we started listing off these songs that they did. He was like, "Oh, okay, it's that band. Oh, sweet, cool. Now I feel like I want to do it now."
Yeah, it was just a really great experience all around, and definitely something we didn't take for granted, for sure. So when we did our last headlining show at the Evening Star back in May, there's these boys, a band from Lewiston called No Vacancy, and they played with us at that show, and those guys are a boatload of fun. They got the dueling rock guitars, doing some nice like melodic, harmony kind of things on the guitars. Those guys are a lot of fun. Have some really good songs and have some really good energy. And then, of course, we've done a couple of shows, kind of a different realm from us, but my buddy, actually, I know him from school at Buffalo State. His name's Tom Sareki. He has a group called Captain Tom and the Hooligans. They kind of do some fun party songs and polka songs, but we've even done a couple of shows with them. Connor was talking about kind of like the diverse element of Tedesco Knows Best. I always use the classic example, like, hey, Kool and the Gang opened for Van Halen before. So, we've shared the bill a couple of times with him. They're very fun. We played with Grosh before. We did last year at Thursdays in Maine and Fountain Plaza. So I think those are some of the people that we've played with that we enjoyed.
The Canadian Bruce Springsteen band, what's their name?
The Last of the Duke Street Kings. Those guys are fun. They're
those
from
guys
Montreal.
are a trip. Yeah, they're very fun to work with. Nice to talk to. So if we were on the bill, I would have to say the first one would have to be opener, us, Tedesco Knows Best. I would say second would be Oasis. All of their members are still alive, but they're not together. But it would be cool to at least have them at a reunion. Then the headliner, I would have to say Genesis. It's gonna be very weird, but that's what's coming to my head right now. It would be a very, very odd multi-bill set, but it would be electric. I'll tell you that right now.
I think the obvious one, for us, we got to be with the hometown boys of the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. I think that would be a great stylistic fit. Hey, Johnny and Robbie, if you guys want to do something, we're always open to it. I think they would definitely be a great fit. I know there's a lot of people have drawn comparisons a couple of times to a band from the 90s called the Gin Blossoms. I think we're pretty similar to their stylings. And then, the ultimate dream one maybe would be like Bryan Adams. Yeah. That would be the big mega superstar. But those are the ones like right off the top of my head. So we'll be playing at the Cave in Buffalo Thursday, October the 20th. We'll say shows at 8 p.m. We'll have a special guest. It's not officially announced or decided yet, but there will be a special guest and us. And tickets will be going on sale very soon online. Of course, you could find all of our stuff on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Tedesco Knows Best. We're on all those platforms. I think I said YouTube, right? YouTube. Well. Yeah, we just put out a music video. Yeah, all the streaming platforms, of course, Spotify, Apple Music. We just put out a music video for our song "Sunflower Fields" that we filmed right at the Sunflowers at Sanborn. So you can find us all there, stream the music, and as I say, play it loud, play it often.
That was Tedesco Knows Best. As always, I'll have their links down below. And for Music Monday, I'm Adam Duke, News 4.